What's going on, everybody? We got some Guns N' Roses news, so let's get started with some news related to Donald Trump's inauguration and the events surrounding it. Now, I've been away on vacation for the last week and a half, so I haven't really been paying too much attention in the news, and I always get that feeling, and maybe you guys do, whenever you go on vacation, it always feels like I'm living under a rock when I come back, because it feels like, all the stuff is happening in the world and I'm not really paying attention to it. But we've got some news about who's going to be playing Donald Trump's inauguration, and there's some surprising bands who will be playing it. So according to the Daily Mail, which is a British online website, news website, according to Politico, basically the Kings of Chaos, which is the supergroup that Matt Sorum is a part of, Duff McKagan's played with them, Gilby Clarke's played with them, and then Slash has played with them as well. They are slated to perform at the Rock and Roll Salute to the Armed Services Hero Ball, which includes an after-party with Sam Moore of the R&B duo Sam and Dave and John Pepper, the frontman of Blues Traveler. Now, if you guys have been watching the news lately, you'll know that there's been all this controversy, because typically when it's the inauguration, they usually have no trouble getting bands or artists to play this event. But this time around, it seems like a lot of people don't want to play the event, and the most notables include the Rockettes. And then we've also got, there's that Mormon choir, one of the members of which refuses to play. And there's some other big-name artists as well. Now, the one thing that's not clear about Kings of Chaos performing is which version of the band is it going to be, because, as you guys know, they have a revolving door of musicians. The only member who seems to always be there is Matt Sorum, and it seems like, I guess, he'll be playing at the president inauguration. And one thing he said earlier this year was that he was actually said something pretty supportive about Hillary Clinton, saying that she inspired him when he was thinking about being left out. I think he was referring to the Guns N' Roses reunion, but I'd always figured that he was a Hillary Clinton supporter, but it's nice that even if he was, at least they can put aside their differences and just go play this inaugural ball for a good cause. Now, Axl actually tweeted his support for Phoebe Price. If you guys go Google Phoebe Price in the news for the last month or so, nothing really comes up. According to one guy on the My GN'R forums, he was probably referring to Phoebe Pearl, who is one of the Rockettes who's speaking out about performing at Donald Trump's inauguration. I think, given Axl's track record about speaking out about Donald Trump, I think it's probably safe to say he was probably tweeting his support for the Rockette who spoke out. Now, we've also got some more Matt Sorum news. He did an interview with Fuse magazine. I haven't had a chance to listen to the entire interview, but it's about 22 minutes long. I've linked to it down below. There's also some footage from the Kings of Chaos playing at the Paramount Theater, and they did a cover of Motorhead's Ace of Spades. As you guys know, Matt Sorum toured with Motorhead back in 2009, and Matt Sorum is actually singing vocals on Ace of Spades and playing drums, and I gotta say, he sounds really good. I always thought that his voice was always underutilized a bit in Guns N' Roses, because he's got a great voice. So I've linked to that video down below for you guys to go check it out. And then we also have a poster on the GN'R subreddit who said he was watching a short review on the TV show Motor Trend about the new Tesla car that's out, and he said that the actual test driver was enjoying a little bit of Guns N' Roses, as you can see in the screenshot. There's some album art for Use Your Illusion 1, and the guy's listening to November Rain. And then we've also got some Slash news. So he was spotted a couple days ago with his girlfriend Megan and her two daughters on Christmas Day at Disney World. And then the final piece of news, I want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers who notified me about this. Melissa Reese, who of course is Guns N' Roses keyboard player, second keyboard player, as well as does background vocals during the concerts. She basically posted some photos of her working in the studio. Now, I don't think it's any Guns N' Roses related material. Melissa Reese has worked with a lot of artists. She's worked in the studio with a lot of artists. She's written songs for other artists. I think that she's merely using Guns N' Roses as a stepping board to maybe promote her solo career for herself or something along those lines. But that's just my take on it. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. That basically does it for today's Guns N' Roses news. If you guys haven't checked it out already, I've done a video telling the story about the song The Garden on my channel that came out about last week. If you guys have actually watched to the end of the video, I'm going to drop a hint for you guys for what to expect later on in the week. I've got some rare 1993 footage from Guns N' Roses concert in Australia, I believe, or New Zealand. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's some great rehearsal footage you've never probably seen before, and some actual pro shot footage, as well as interviews with Slash and Duff. And then I've also got another true story episode coming this week talking about the Guns N' Roses pinball machine. and all the controversy around it, including lawsuits that went on because of it. So stay tuned for that later this week, guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys like any of my videos, please also share them online as well. I'd much appreciate that. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to stay up. If you guys want to stay up to date on the latest Guns N' Roses news, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Take care.